Someone is mad at me. Guys, they are so darn mad at me. And I'll tell you why. I'll be right back. They're so mad because look what I got hooked onto my truck. They are so mad at me. I'll be right back with some more feed. I'm taking their feed to the feed store to refill it. And they are so mad. I'm sorry, and I'll be right back. Hi, Danny. Hey, sweetie. I'll sing your song when I come back, love. Yeah, so I'm off to the feed store, and I have the feed buggy. They're down by the pond eating in this delicious ryegrass, but I think they must have heard the trailer that kind of bounces around the rock, and they're like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Dad's not taking off with our feed buggy. And too late. I have the feed buggy, and I'm off to refill it. Well, hi to hello, folks. Lester here, and you can tell where we're at. It's that day where we have to fill up our feed buggies. My cows are hungry, and you all know we can't leave our cows starving. They're just starving over there, y'all. They're just starving to death. But I'm here at Richardson Ag and Outdoors. It's my favorite feed store. Even I like this place better than I do Tractor Supply. And look, this is why. Look at here. Isn't this pretty? Let me turn my camera around. This place reminds me a whole lot of just a kind of a country store. It's kind of country, if you know what I mean. They have all kinds of neat stuff out here. And while those guys are doing the feed buggy, I love to walk around and dream. That's what I do, y'all. Whenever I go somewhere, I just like to walk around and dream and think about the what ifs. Now, most of this stuff over here is for deer hunters. I don't need any of that. I don't hunt deer, but I'll tell you what I would love to do. Just an idea. You guys know how we have tons of deer out on the JL Ranch property. How fun would it be to put out some deer feeders just to feed them? Not to hunt them, because we don't hunt deer, but just to feed them. And I've thought about that a few times, but I love to offer those deer kind of a safe haven. Now, a lot of folks are going to say, Lester, you don't have to feed the deer because they already eat off of your feed buggy. And that probably is true. And I don't know how all of these work. I think some deer feeders will sling feed out. I don't think that these sling it. I think that these, the feed just kind of, the corn comes to here and the deer just kind of put their mouths over and eat at it. It's like gravity fed, I believe. But listen, I don't know. They have these little solar panels which do something. I just don't know what. So, I mean, I could always research and figure out what's what. This is a really simple system here, though. Look, lift up the top, pour your feed in, and as it comes down, your deer just eat from all four sides. Now, here's one thing that I would worry about, though. What in the world do you think? Oh, my gosh, this is a great question. What do you think the longhorn would do to this? Guys, I'm afraid this would be knocked over on its side. It would. It would be knocked over on its side before you know it. And so even though we have good intentions to feed the deer and to kind of keep them nice and fat and give them a nice refuge to get away from all the hunters and whatnot, yeah, I don't think this is going to work for us, because I promise you my longhorns would knock these over by the end of day one. Well, I just met a fella here at the feed store who watches the channel, and he offered help with Rita. And then I was just curious. I'm just curious, like, what do you charge an hour? $50 an hour. $50 an hour? I've always told y'all that horses are expensive, y'all. I've always said that. Horses are expensive. For everyone who says, oh, horses don't cost nothing. The heck they don't. The heck they don't. So, anyway, but he and I did agree on one thing, that groundwork, basic commands, voice commands, all of those things are a whole lot more important. And the fact that it's not always that your horse is big enough physically, your horse has to be mature enough mentally before you ever attempt to get on her back. And a lot of those things are going to happen from the groundwork. So we're off to a good start. but $50 an hour? Sheesh. Seriously, sheesh. I'm getting here to Mom and Dad's house to pick up Lex, and I see that Dad has got his RV cover built or installed. I know that he's excited about that. I had not seen his video showing that, so I don't know if I can put my video out or not. I don't want to mess up his, but this is pretty good. It's nice and tall and level. They used the right bricks along the ground, got it all anchored in good. And then they must have got some rock poured that what I'm guessing he's going to do. This looks like crushed asphalt. So at some point, this is part of a road. Yes, it's like asphalt that's been, chipped up. And they're probably going to fill that in all underneath here, which is going to be a really nice spot for his RV. Now, the bad news is we did have that solar panel installed. So being that it's parked underneath the awning, he will not get any solar power. So if he does take it camping or wants to use the power source from the solar, he'll have to find a way to move it out for a day or so and let that battery charge. But this is really nice. I like this. It'll come out real nice over here. And it will take, I promise you this, having this RV cover, I don't know what this thing costs, probably $6,000, $7,000, is going to add so many years of life to this over here. So that's great. I do feel a little bit bad for his tractor. He probably could have backed the RV up another 4 foot and still had it underneath the awning to give him more space for his tractor. But I don't guess so. I think that his tractor's parked fine. It's out of the weather. This is pretty good. This is actually really good. So it gave him a place for his tractor and his RV. And that's wonderful. Now you spin around this way, and this here looks 100 times better than what they had before. This is a very nice carport. If you remember, the last one that Mom and Dad had was one that Dad built himself in different sections. So I think there was 3 individual sections, all at different heights. It was a mess. But this here is wonderful. It has a nice big opening. They have plenty of space to get in all, in all of the vehicles. And then don't forget, my dad will seldom use this truck. This truck is my dad's equivalent of his feed room. He does not take his feed out of there. He leaves his feed in there, and he just feeds it from here as he needs it, which is kind of funny. But yeah, and this is the vehicle that Mom used to drive, wanted to get rid of so she could buy that one. Dad says, nope, you're not getting rid of it. He wants it. And so my dad has this as his main source of transportation around, yet he has his truck for his feed room. And that's funny. And of course, this is Mom's car. And no, they have plenty of space to come down, get into their vehicle. Well, it's locked. Great. It's locked. But they can get into their vehicles without damaging the one beside them. This is really, really great. And they've needed this. So I'm guessing he'll have Uncle Dan take his box blade and start spreading all this asphalt around and cover this entire area, which should limit all the dust that blows around. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Come over here, girl. Guys, I have just found myself someone who's going to give me the biggest hug of all time, because this girl loves me. Where is she?
Right
Brinley?
behind you.
Brinley! Get over here and hug me for my video. Hug me!
Okay,
Squeeze!
okay,
Tell me,
you.
no, tell me you love me.
I love you.
Thank you. Do these rocks hurt your feeties?
No.
No? That's Brinley. Who is your favorite uncle in the whole world?
You.
I can't hear you.
You.
Okay, and what is it that you love the most about me?
Everything.
Everything? Now I gotta ask you one last question. You ready to hear this one over here?
Yeah.
Who's more fun? Your dad, your grandpa, which is my Uncle Dan, or your Uncle Lester? Who's more fun to hang out with?
You.
Thank you. I win. Shame on everybody else. I am the winner. High five. How much do I owe you now? All right. Tina wants to be interviewed as well. This looks really great, guys. Who did all of this? Don't say Dad did all of this. I know he did. I doubt that. All right, Tina. It's time for Tina's interview. Come on, Bran. All right, Sister Tina. Time to interview you.
Time with Tina.
Huh?
Time with Tina.
Time with Tina. All right, Tina. You have 2 brothers and a sister. Who was always the most supportive growing up?
Probably you.
Probably?
You were.
How about when I used to hate your boyfriend?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Until you got in high school and you got a little crazy.
Yeah, so I was the most supportive probably until high school.
One time, I'll tell this one story.
All right, hold on. Let me sit down because my knees are hurting.
One time, me and my friend
Oh, no.
had these boys that we liked, and I had talked to Mom. I said, can they come over? I think I got off work, and my mom said yes. So me and my friend came over, and we invited these 2 boys over here. My parents were home, and it was only like maybe 11 o'clock. It wasn't even that late. And we were out there in the pool, because Mom had a pool. We had a little pool out there. We were out in the pool playing, just, laughing, whatever, teenagers. And next thing I know...
You guys are okay with this?
I'm listening.
We were all
y'all, so far, y'all are okay with this?
So far.
Yeah.
The what? How old were you?
I was 16 or 17.
16? Mom and Dad would have been asleep, and you're out there playing around in the pool.
I never
Before.
went to sleep. I never went to sleep.
No, I told Mom before, after work tonight, is it okay if my friend comes over and then these boys that my mom and dad knew, I don't want to know their names now, I don't even know, but at the time, and she said, yes, that's fine. And then me and my friend were in the pool, we're laughing, we're probably throwing the volleyball, I don't know, playing around, and all of a sudden I turn around, and there's Lester standing there all bowed up.
Tina, because that right there, what you call is playing around, throwing the volleyball, is what I call foreplay. And I say, no way. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. No, ma'am, not on my watch.
What's worse is Daniel was always like so nice to everybody and the least aggressive. And he even goes and gets Daniel out of the bed to come down and fight these boys.
Yeah, I says, let's get them out of here. And then there was one guy passed out in the car, so...
Well, he wasn't with me. If they left a friend passed out, I had nothing to do with that.
Well, now that you're much older and wiser, now do you not see, now that you have kids and you have even granddaughters, that what I did was probably the right thing to try to preserve and save you?
I think probably if you just turned a light on and just sat around, like hanging out
Sat
with
around.
us. Yeah, acted like you were just hanging
Y'all are
out.
okay with this? Her telling these stories?
No,
Well,
that was
yeah, I used to have boys over to swim.
Oh,
in
my
pool.
gosh.
Lester, remember the time that she had
Lester was worse than my dad.
this boy coming over to see her, and we all hanging on these.
Yes, now that was a fun story. Let's tell that story and let's just reenact it.
So many stories.
Let's just reenact this story for your video. You got your camera?
I don't even know if we can even do that.
I ain't got to wait no more.
Okay, I can probably still do it, but Lex will have to help me get up.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.